at CodeOps Technologies. Sorry for the spelling. Yeah. So if anyone really wanted to get connected with me or some queries or anything after this webinar, I'll be more than happy to help you. You can find me on Twitter at Srishit R, and on GitHub also you can find my projects at the user ID Srishit R. So yes, so the agenda for today is a couple of things as we already shared you on the email. The first thing is how to build a chatbot using Python, the very basic thing, and the other one is to actually build a Twitter bot application where it'll be you can actually become popular. It's a really interesting two use cases that I have found, and I will just share it my experiences with you guys. So first of all, let's started with chatbots. So when I was in the very beginning, when I knew the word chatbot, I was really, taken aback by the word chatbot. See, we always chat with each other. We chat with human beings and and things like that. So what is this chatbot? So how many of you guys over here know Siri? I hope a lot of people over here would know what Siri is, right? So Siri is so popular. It is a personal assistant on your iPhone, and Siri is a very sophisticated example of what a chatbot is. It's much more the bigger thing than what a chatbot is, but just to draw an analogy on what a chatbot is by going by the terminology or the definition, a chatbot is uh, a computer program that can mimic a human conversation. It means that you're typing something on your, let's say, on your WhatsApp or your Facebook Messenger or any chat window, and the other person replying would be a computer program. So that's why the name chatbot. So one very interesting fact about chatbots, as you can see on the screen, globally 57% of the companies, excuse me, 57% of the companies either use chatbots already or plan to do so in the coming year. So you guys must be wondering why is he talking about chatbots in a Python webinar? So I thought it would be better to actually uh, talk about some use cases by using Python. So that is the main reason I took these two use cases, because these two are very simple, and at the same time these two are leading technologies right now. As you can see from the above statement by Forrester Research that 57% of the companies are already using chatbots. If you guys have visited the HDFC bank online portal, you could have seen at the bottom there is something called as Eva, which is a chatbot which can help you in actually answering queries, very simple ones. So now, how does Python play a role in this? For building a chatbot, we are going to use Python. Uh, yes. So what are chatbots and why? Chatbots are computer programs that mimic conversation with people using artificial intelligence, right? But we are going to build all of this with basic Python, right? And then they are applications minus the user interface. Now, why am I talking about chatbots is because they are one of the leading technologies right now. And if you can see the graph on the right, you can see one green color line on the graph is for the messaging apps, and the blue color line is for the social networking apps. And if being the current technology trend, it's more of chatting. We always be on WhatsApp, on Facebook, chatting with our friends and everyone. We are more connected on messaging apps than we are really connected in the real world, right? So that is the reason what happened is businesses are trying to sell where people are. Where are the people most of the time? On messaging platforms. You can always uh, like everyone is online on WhatsApp always. So what the bigger companies have thought is, it is better we sell our products where the customers are already present. Instead of drawing them towards us, we will go to the places where they are. And that is where this chatbots concept came into picture, and it became such a big popular thing. By the graph you can see that by by a couple of years, so what happens, okay, I'll show you the graph. The blue color is the social networking graphs, which is gradually increasing. But if you see the messaging apps like WhatsApp, Facebook, and Telegram, Hike, and these kinds of apps, it's an exponential growth, which means that it's taking pace, picking up pace, and it's a good place to be. And now I would actually jump into a demo for a small chatbot. I would be talking about Python only, but centric towards a chatbot, so that it'll be more interesting for you guys to get started with Python. So I have here a very, uh, one second, yes. So is everyone able to see my screen? I think everybody is muted. So yeah, I hope everybody is able to see my screen. And if you can see here, this is a very small code that I have written. And I think there's someone chat. Okay, yes, yeah, cool. Yes. So this is a very simple Python program that I've written. So what it says is, it says import random. Import is nothing but importing a module into your current program. So I hope you guys have little experience with any of the programming language. So I'm trying to draw an analogy with a C or C++, where you have hash include stdio.h or a hash include iostream.h in C++, where you import a few libraries onto your code. And this is very similar to that. So we are importing a module called as random. And then what we have done is I have written a function. So whatever you have seen here that I have highlighted, it is called as a function. And what function does, it takes an input, does some processing, and returns something back. Okay. And now the name of the function that I have written is lambda handler. I will tell you the reason why I've given the name as lambda handler. Okay, so this is the name of the function, and def is the keyword which specifies that this is the function definition. And now in the parenthesis you can see a couple of parameters. Parameters are nothing but variables that you're passing into the function. One parameter is called as the event, and the other parameter is called as context. I'm using two parameters. And now what does this function do? Well, okay, yeah, cool. Okay, what does this function do? I have declared a list called as greetings. So when you see a square bracket, it means that you are declaring a list. And one beauty about Python is, for example, if you had to use if you had to code in a C or C++, what you would actually do is first you had to declare the variable saying int or string str greetings, and then you should assign the values. But in Python, what happens is you can without actually saying the Python code that this will be an integer, this will be a string, you can directly start using it, and it will actually understand that because of these square braces, it will understand that it is a list. And now what I have written is, I have written a few greeting messages like hello, namaste, good evening everyone, hello and welcome to the webinar on Python. And I have placed these in between double quotes. Double quotes indicates a string over here, and now therefore this greetings is a list of strings that I have written. And now message, when you see curly braces, uh, okay, curly braces over here, it means it is a dictionary. Dictionary is nothing but key value pairs. And don't worry about what is inside the message variable. I will explain you what that is. So whenever this thing that I'm highlighting right now, it is called as a dictionary. And what dictionary contains? It contains key and value pairs. So so it is a notation which is similar to called as JSON, JavaScript object notation, and it's a key value pair. And here, if you see this word that I have highlighted, dialogue action, that is the key. And now this entire thing becomes the value. I will show you a small example of how a, a dictionary looks like. So if I say dict is equivalent to, and then curly braces, and then I can have name colon Srishit. So this will be a dictionary. So let us use a command prompt and try to run this out. So I say Python, and I'll be using a Python 2.7 for this application. So I'm saying dict, or let's say some other variable. So var is equivalent to, I'm just typing the same thing what I typed there. Arvind, actually there's a comment by Hemant asking to record the screen. I hope you are looking into it. So I have just declared a variable name colon Srishit. And now, so how do I know what type it is? Is it an integer, or is it a string, or is it a double, or is it a float, or what is it? In Python, you can identify what type of a variable is it, what data type it is. For that, you have a function called type of var. It says dict. The variable var is of the type dict in the sense it's a dictionary. And now for getting started with Python, guys who are just getting started or about to get started, you can see that the functions are also very human readable, and it is very easy for you to remember. See, type, because we are actually, what is the requirement? I want to find the type of the variable, therefore the function name is type of variable. So this is a dictionary, and that is what I have used in my code over here. So uh, a complex dictionary, but a basic one will look something like this: dict and name Srishit. And now this is the function, as I told you, this entire thing comprises inside this function called lambda handler. And now what I'm doing is, as I have already told you, a function will basically, what it will do, it will take a few inputs and do some processing on those inputs and return back something. Right here, I've just taken inputs, but I have not used them. And now what I'm doing is, let me explain something called as random.choice. So let's get back to the command prompt, and let's also define this thing, greetings is equal to. I'm just copy pasting this. Okay, let me type greetings is equal to hello, and let's say hi, and let's say namaste. Right, and let's see what is this greetings type. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that was a spelling mistake. Okay, so it says it is a list, right? And now what I will do is, I am doing import random. So what this random function does is, it's an inbuilt module. And what does this random function do? As the name specifies, it actually picks something from a list on random, just like that. So what I am doing is, as I have done here, I will say random dot choice of greetings. Oh shit, sorry about that. Yeah, so what happened in this list, I had given three strings. One is hello, hi, and namaste. And now what I have done is, I used the module called random, and I said choice, which basically means choose from greetings. So what happened is it randomly chose namaste from these three things. And now let's try and run the